Good morning, everyone. My name is Alfredo Angeles. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for the Tijuana Economic Development Corporation. And today, with our Business and Coffee Talks, we're with Luis Perez, who is the Transactions Manager for JLL. Welcome, Luis. How are you?
Okay, thank you, Alfredo, for inviting me. I'm very well. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on your Business and Coffee podcast.
It is a pleasure. Can you explain, first of all, what is JLL?
Yeah, of course. JLL, or Jones Lang LaSalle, we are an industrial and commercial real estate firm, a global firm, brokerage. I specialize in the industrial division here in the northwest part of Mexico, but we're all over the world. We have around 7-8 offices now in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So we're in all the major markets and in all the major markets around the world as well. And again, we mainly specialize in industrial, industrial transactions, tenant representations, everything from portfolio sales, leases. Also with commercial, we do a lot of brokerage for commercial as well, and we have a PDS division for projects for other companies like Becton Dickinson. We're actually doing the expansion project here of the Tijuana airport. So we have a lot of people working on this great company.
So it's not just the industrial part, it's also commercial and special projects, as you mentioned.
Exactly. And we do have also a small division, well, not small, but it's a little bit less than industrial, for hospitality. So we do a lot of hotels. So in Cabo, we have an office in Cabo, and in Mérida as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And can you explain me, how do you support a foreign company when they want to look for a place, either it's land or a facility?
Yeah, of course. We do have a lot of corporate clients that come through either the U.S. pipeline or the Mexico pipeline, because we are connected also with the brokers in the U.S. and South America and Europe and everything. So again, we're all connected, and it's a pretty big company. So every time somebody asks and say, I don't know, for example, one of my clients that I have here in Tijuana is Becton Dickinson. So they want to expand here, and they ask me like, hey Luis, well, what's the best part, or how is the market right now in Tijuana, or where can we expand to? So we help them not just in locating the facility or the land, but also giving them the best option with market studies, logistics studies, even socioeconomical studies, because we do labor studies as well. So everything that goes the best with their project and what they want to do in this part of the market. So we help them pretty much from the startup. I mean, from just picking the place, also to trying to locate it, to site selection, to the negotiations, and also with all of that it comes with paperwork like the LOIs, the RFPs, getting providers as well, talking to shelters, talking to companies like yourself here in the TAC, so it can help us out with the best selection for our client.
Great. So you are the representative of the companies, let's say, in this selection for them.
Yes, correct. I mainly do tenant representation. I mean, we also have listings. We have a couple of listings here in the city. We have in all over Mexico. But specifically myself, I usually have like between 70 and 80% of tenant representation.
Oh, great. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a big number.
Yeah, it is a big number. We have a good amount of clients that come in through this part of the market.
And explain me, we know that Baja California is getting a lot of attention with the nearshoring that is happening mostly in Mexico. But how do you see the market right now? What is happening? How are the prices?
Well, we're still, that's a good question. I mean, we're right now just starting the fourth quarter of this year. So the third quarter numbers came in recently. The market, in my opinion, it is slowing down, but a little bit. But when I say slowing down, it's like going 100 miles and then slowing to 90, 95, something like that. It's not that much, because I see that there is more construction going on in this part of Mexico, basically along the borderline. We still have a lot of interested parties that want to come in here, not just expand, but also just settle and start their company from the ground up, or coming from other parts of either the country or the world as well. So Availability right now for Class A buildings, you're going between 1.5-2% of total. The market right now is about 91 million square feet.
Okay.
So it's a good percentage, but it's still low. If you go towards Class B, C, or subleases that are a few more here in the coming up in this market, you can go maybe up to 3.5% of availability. The prices for a Class A building, they're between 75 cents towards going to 80 cents per square foot. Okay. So that is it's going up in this year.
We are the most expensive city, right?
Yes, we're the most expensive city in Mexico, but one of the most desirable ones as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So it's a little bit back and forth on the prices and on what you want as well. I mean, landlords here are giving between 1-2 months free rent. You have between a low and mid amount of TI allowance for tenant improvements. So it's a little bit of a give and take. There is land here in Tijuana still to develop, not that much, but there is still availability. A lot of new players are coming in for development as well. So we're having 3 million square feet that are being built towards the east part of town. Then we're going over near Rosarito. We have another 2 million square feet of buildings going over there that are going to be available between second and third quarter of next year. So there is a lot going on, but still, I mean, it's still a seller's market.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going on basically.
Yeah, and Tecate right now and Rosarito are being part, let's say, of the market of Tijuana, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going more towards Tecate with everything that's going on in the border right here, the commercial border that's getting saturated, that hopefully will have the second commercial port open in a couple of years, I think.
Second Otay, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that Tecate will be a little bit more desirable then.
Yeah.
It's still growing, not as much as Tijuana, obviously, but it's still going towards that side. And also in Rosarito, a lot of logistic companies want to go to that part as well, so they can have a better access to the port of Ensenada and also here in San Isidro.
And the future port will be the Punta Colonet as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you see in, let's say, a desirable future, let's say 3 to 5 or 10 years, if we want the development for new companies or the expansion of new companies or of same companies that are here, what do you think we need as a state in order to grow in a, let's say, in a sustainable and in a good condition for the companies?
Okay, well, I would say better infrastructure also, especially for the electricity, the power. I mean, because we do have the KVAs coming in, but we just don't have the infrastructure to power the developments that we want. I'll go more into the human factor. I would say that also with everything that's going on around the world and a lot of companies that need to come here, not just because of the nearshoring effect, because here in Tijuana we've had the nearshoring effect for the past
40 years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been way before it became a trend, because most of the major medical companies are here, medical manufacturing companies here, the Asian companies here are here as well. So just the know-how for the people who actually know how to work and have the skill set to work in these companies, like I don't know, for everything from microchips to microprocessors, servicing, all like that. I think that would be also something that it would be more from the government incentives, the universities, everything, to have specialty programs for people to have a better skill set, to have better jobs in the future, and companies say, oh, you know what, here in Tijuana or in the Baja region, people are specialized for these kinds of products and can work our companies.
Definitely, I strongly agree with you in the part of the specialization, more into the med dev or life sciences and the aerospace. I think they are the most important ones that are happening right now. And but also, tell me about the market. How do you see it's gonna still? You mentioned about the 100-mile, and we reduced it to like a 95 mile.
90.
How do you see this market in, let's say, the next one, like let's say 3 years from now? And do you still think that it's gonna be accelerated, or?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, with all the development that's coming in, either way, I just say that it slowed down a little bit because there's more offer now than it was a year, 2 years ago. So, and I see the inventories that I do every month So I mean, I noticed a difference. Then like, oh, this building just popped up, or this one is coming in, or this company is selling, or this and that. So even if that's happening, I mean, we still have a healthy market, and I believe that it is going to be healthy as well between 3 and 5 years.
Okay.
Because we do have a lot of pre-leasing activity for the developments that are just announcing that they are constructing new buildings.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't see that slowing down. There is going to be more options, of course, but either way, companies are still going to be available and wanting to come here to this market.
Do you think, and do you know, maybe probably one of your clients is going to require a second or third floor?
Well, not second, third floor. I mean, because in the industrial, you just might need one mezzanine for office space, and mostly on a let's say 100,000 square foot building, you can get like 3-5% office space, and most of them that's enough, depending on their sector or what they do, if it's logistics or if it's manufacturing or if it's something completely different. But right now, what I've been seeing is I have a client that is going to require right now 110,000 square feet, and they're talking about growing for another 150,000 between the first and second quarter of next year. So they're already planning ahead of that. So that's a big step. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one with clients like that, or that's not the only company that's trying to do that.
Yes. What we have seen here in the EDC is that they tried, let's say, for a 6-month period, and once they see the quality of the labor force, they accept and invest in another project. And we have seen that in the medical device industry, most of them, because they're, let's say, one of the most reliable and most, let's say, revenue companies.
Most desirable that they want to work for as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, exactly. And it's something that they need to be aware of also is like the turnover rate here in Tijuana.
Yes.
I mean, I know that we have slightly higher turnover rate than other parts of the country, but I believe that it's getting better also with the incentives that the companies give to their employees.
Yes.
Also the government, the incentives that the government are doing as well for our workforce. So it's something to be aware.
Now that you go to the facilities, you see they have a gym, they have like a yoga space. And super.
They have masseuses there. So I mean, they have a Class A cafeteria, good food, everything. So I mean, if you go here to the Stryker company, for example, I mean, their facilities are amazing. They're client of mine, but their facilities are great. Yeah. And the food there is great as well. And it's just a good work environment.
Exactly.
And I think that's very important for everybody to have.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to mention that. And how do you see JLL supporting these future companies and in this future of coming?
No, well, I mean, our pipeline is growing, so that's something very positive to look forward to. I mean, we're acquiring new clients, new corporate accounts as well every month, every week sometimes. Okay. So that speaks very highly of the company itself. And I mean, we're just very easy to work with as well and very professional, and we'll try to help out anybody that needs help here or in other parts of the country. Great.
And this office in TJ is the #1 of the country, right?
Yeah, of course.
Great. Thank you, Luis, for being with us. Do you want to let the people know about your social media or your website? So if they want to follow you?
Yeah, my email, if you guys need to reach me, is luis.perez, Perez, and then the letter S, @jll.com. You can find me on LinkedIn as well. And I mean, I don't want to push my podcast here with you, but
don't worry. Go ahead.
We have a cooperating podcast. Mine is called Broker Talk. You can find it in Spotify. So if you need to learn more about what's going on here in the market or any other market in Mexico, you can listen there. I actually just uploaded an episode of Chihuahua because we're also there, and not just in Juarez, but in Ciudad Chihuahua. So I'm trying to be more consistent on that. Freddy will be there eventually when he has time. and yeah, I mean, anything you guys need, you can contact me, and I can help you out as best as I can.
We'll pop up the information of that podcast here as well.
Okay, excellent.
And thank you for being with us, and we'll see you in the next capsule of Business and Coffee. Right. Thank you.
Thanks, Freddy. Thanks, everybody.